So first of all, what's it like playing in your first postseason?
Oh, it's great. It's been a long season. This is new territory for me, obviously. But you have these nicks and bruises that usually in the beginning of the season kind of go away after a week. But now, after 8 months and whatnot, they stick around. So you have to take care of your body. But we have great staff around here that helps you out with that. So far so good, and hopefully we can advance to the final.
Is there a different sort of pressure that comes with these games, given the magnitude?
Yeah, I guess you can add that pressure on top of it for you, but I try to go at it the same way as we've gone at it every week during the season, because even then, one of our goals was to win the Supporter Shield, and we knew we needed to get something out of every game, and so treat every game with the utmost respect, and that's I think how we've approached it, or at least that's how I've approached it every week, and I try to do the same thing in the playoffs, and not hype myself or psych myself out, if you will.
I'm not familiar with the fan base in Toronto, but what's it like been playing for the fan base here in Seattle, given how passionate they are?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I would say that the fan base in Toronto is really good. Especially when I got there in 2009, we had 20,000 every game, which was fantastic. It was really good, and it's hard to go up from that, and elevate that support, that level of support even more. And that's one thing that I had the experience now with Seattle. It's go from 20,000 to an average of over 40,000 is a difference. And having played here before as an opponent, it's much nicer knowing those 40,000+ are behind you and cheering you on, rather than wanting you to screw up and concede an ugly goal.
Yeah, how different is that, given that obviously you're the closest to the fans, so you're kind of getting the brunt of whatever they're saying, whether negative or positive?
Oh, it's great. You don't really hear the individual voices anymore once the game kicks off, because it's just so much noise, so loud. But them being so close behind you, you do feel like they're right behind you. They have your back. They're ready to step on the field and cover you if they need to, so to speak. So, and on top of that, I think when we attack, especially towards our fans, I think that for some reason we like to score on that side. I think it has to do with the fans just being there and giving us that extra push to try to find the back of the net.
Getting into the postseason, were you ever expecting that you would be now on the verge of making it into MLS Cup?
Those were our goals. We had some lofty goals, and for me that was something new, coming from Toronto, where we hadn't made the playoffs, unfortunately, in all my years there. And for us, that goal was always just to get into the playoffs. And here it's very lofty goals, but they're achievable. We have a really good squad. We didn't just say we wanted to win MLS Cup and all those other things, but we knew we had a serious chance of doing that, and we're still there. We still have one thing that we set ourselves up to win, and we're going to do everything on Sunday to make sure we get there.
Switching gears and focusing on the match ahead now. You had such a great game in this last game. I was so unfortunate about that one goal. How are you expecting more of the same, just them kind of really putting a lot of pressure on the goal, or how do you kind of replicate your performance from this last match?
We're going to have to be very careful, obviously. Them not having given up an away goal in LA, that's a big one for them, and we have to make sure that we keep that clean sheet at home. So, with them, I don't know what to expect. It could be that they go a bit more defensively, and since that's what the result that they have to get. But at the same time, they also have that offensive power, and they've shown it before. I think in their first game here at CenturyLink, that they're not afraid to go at it and force turnovers in our middle or in our back and capitalize on that. So we have to be ready defensively, very sharp, and who knows what the circumstances will be with the weather and the field. We have to be very careful and make sure we don't give them a silly chance here or there, because they definitely have that offensive threat to take care of those chances.
Yeah, how much does the weather affect the match, especially with it being so cold on Sunday?
It's both sides. There's no excuse. I think we got a taste of it today, so we'll be ready for it. But I think both sides like to possess the ball and like to string together passes, and so it's hard for both sides with the ball not holding up if it's really slick. So like I said, it's the same thing for both, and whoever adjusts better and wants it more is going to win.
Ziggy has said that he's been really happy with how the defense has been performing over these last few games. What's been working so well for you guys?
I just think we've really played our opponents extremely well defensively. You know, we've focused in on what their strengths are, and really try to take that away from them. You know, with Dallas, they have that pace up top. They're not exceptionally tall, so we've really funneled them out wide and forced them into crosses. And then you have Zach and Chad cleaning up, and I was able to help out a little bit with LA. You know, Keane and Landon, they try to go wherever there's space, drift around and find that little gap and try to make something out of nothing. And so we have to, again, just focus on them, always be aware of where they are, to make sure that they don't have that split second to make something happen out of nothing.